July 5th and prompt number 5. This one was interesting. The World Anvil Summer Camp 2018 event asked me, one of the prompt for today, or for July 5th rather, was describe the most marginalized ethnicity in your world. Now, something I struggled with, and a lot of people in the event struggled with, is the fact that ethnicity is not the same as race. For instance, an example of a race would be a dwarf, an elf, a gnome, a human, like that. An ethnicity would be a wood elf, a high elf, or a hill dwarf, a mountain dwarf, a black human, a white human, a yellow human. Those are ethnicities. And, well, to an extent, it's a little bit more, no, that's not quite right either. That's not quite right either. I'm wrong. It's so difficult because there's species, there's race, and there's ethnicity. Species is dwarf, human, blah, blah, blah. Race is what I just described. And ethnicity is, are you French? Are you English? Are you German? It's where you grew up. It's the culture you're a part of. And what I chose is, we talked a little bit on prompt 2 on describe the most impressive landmark in your world, about the gnomes and their kind of bloody relationship with the catfolk. Well, there's a particular clan of catfolk who have it nowadays kind of hard. That is the Three Stripe Clan. The Three Stripe Clan are very, I guess the best way to describe it is, no, that wouldn't be, are very tribal. They're very tribal. They have their traditions, they stick to it, and they don't really want to advance. However, they pine over the good old days of where they get to slaughter as many gnomes as they want. Now, they aren't completely killed off, even though the gnomes could really do that with the amount of power they have amassed at this point in time, but instead, the gnomes decided to be a little bit snobby about it, and created a kind of a reservation, or this is a sanctuary where you guys can stay, which of course is the Three Stripe Clan's ancestral land. That, I mean, the catfolk are, the Three Stripe Clan is too proud to admit when they've lost, so it's their decision to stay inside in the sanctuary. This is their home, and whatever. They're a very stubborn but proud people. Now, they have a very tight focus. I could go into in depth about numerous things like their etiquette, their dress code or lack thereof, their different traditions when it comes to hunting, or how they celebrate the good old days of killing whatever they want to, and the great hunts they used to be on. But this is about the marginalization of the catfolk. Sorry, not the catfolk, I'm sorry, the Three Stripe Clan. Now, the catfolk have it pretty bad, and even those who've decided to move their traditions forward, but none as bad as this clan does. They are constantly put down by the gnomes. They are constantly looked down upon, called savages, idiots, and because their lands revolve is completely encompassed by the gnomish culture and nation, the outside world doesn't really have any other look into their lives besides the one the gnomes allow them. And to make matters worse, the gnomes actively give guided tours or guided overhead tours of the Three Stripe Clan's sanctuary, of their lives, treating them truly like animals beneath them. Which, I mean, to be fair, if your ancestors were slaughtered in the hundreds upon hundreds, and actually, now that I think about it, maybe thousands, you might hold a grudge. The gnomes certainly do, and they decide to inflict it on the catfolk, but the Three Stripe Clan specifically, by taking that pride and just grinding it to a pulp. So, if you want to learn more about the actual group, the Three Stripe Clan, about what they hold dear, how their kind of what relationships are like, what they hold in reverence, stuff like that, you can go ahead and go down into the description down below. There's a link to the article where you can go ahead and read all about them, everything I have written thus far. That's a phone. Yeah, if you like the article, then go ahead, please give a like at the very bottom of the page. Not this page, the article page. I would really love it if you did. But that's it, that's all, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!